Hello friends, welcome back to a little coffee club. If you saw Friday's video, then by now you know that I finally got around to calibrating my niche duo. If you have been watching all of the videos, then you know that the main reason was that I kept having to grind below zero in order to dial in some espressos. So depending on the coffee, I was having to actually grind below zero. So then what happens is that it becomes very hard to replicate getting back to that same setting if you move your grinder at all, because there are no markings. So definitely that was not ideal, and ever since the beginning, I knew that I was gonna have to calibrate the niche duo. So I finally got around to doing that, and it was such a simple job. It's so easy. Let me put it out there, I think I've said this before, but definitely the niche duo is the easiest grinder to work with that I've ever seen. It's so easy to take it apart, clean it, switch out the burrs, and even to calibrate it. This is like the easiest grinder to work with ever. Now that being said, you guys know that the niche zero holds a special place in my heart, and it's still my favorite. I absolutely love it. But ever since the beginning, I always liked the setup, the way it looks with the two grinders and the Bianca. And it was definitely my end game kind of setup that I wanted to have. But that being said, the niche duo is mainly gonna serve the purpose of grinding every morning for my pour overs, so for filter coffee, and the niche zero for espresso. Right now, obviously, I calibrated the grinder with the espresso burrs installed. Obviously, you want to calibrate to espresso, because with the filter focus burrs installed, you never have to grind below zero. That's never going to happen. So it's mainly an issue with espresso, so you definitely want to calibrate your grinder with the espresso burrs. So the espresso burrs have been installed on the grinder for many weeks now, many weeks. I keep saying I need to calibrate it before taking these burrs out, and I had not gotten around to it. So now it's done. For the next maybe 2 or 3 videos, we'll probably be pulling espresso, and we'll be grinding with the duo and dialing in a new coffee, and keeping an eye out to see if my situation has been fixed, to see if I don't see the need to ever having to grind below zero. So we'll keep an eye on that. What else? I wanted to report back as to this coffee here, the Good Brother Cinnamon Roll. When I first reviewed it, I think I've only made so far one video talking about this coffee. It could have even been the previous one to this one. I don't recall. But the thing is, I wanted to report back. Maybe on the video when I first talked about this coffee, I made it seem, looking back now after editing that, I made it seem like it was pretty much identical to the DAC coffee. Not at all, okay? Not at all. If you have a side-by-side comparison of this coffee and the DAC coffee, they're obviously different. You'll be easily able to pick them out. I want to go even beyond that and say that, the DAC coffee is definitely better in my opinion. You guys know I love Good Brothers. This is still a great coffee. It's a great coffee, and it's very similar to the DAC one. It definitely is, but there is a difference. I would even go as far as saying that the DAC one is better. The DAC one is more unique. The uniqueness of the DAC one, a lot of that has been lost here. I don't know how much it has to do with the processing. Maybe it's the same beans, but from the research that I did, it looks like the two coffees were processed in a slightly different methods. Okay, it's not exactly the same beans with the same processing. So I'm not sure how much of it has to do with the processing, how much it has to do with the roaster. But all I will, just want to make it clear, there is a difference. But they're very similar, okay? So they are similar, but there's definitely a clear difference. The DAC one I liked better, and is more unique. That uniqueness that I kept finding in the coffee, it's somewhat here, but not all here, okay? So they are different, okay? I think that's clear now. Last time, I believe we were playing with the coffee from Big Face, and we saw, a weird shot happen Was that the last video? Could have been. Again, I don't remember. I'm editing like 2-3 different videos at the moment, and I don't remember what's what. So, but yeah, we pulled a couple of shots of the Big Face coffee, which I found to be a lot better as espresso than as filtered. And you know, one of the shots was it pulled in a strange way where the pressure did not start building at 9 seconds. It came in somewhere around 10, 11 seconds, and then it just shot up. It just it went like really fast up to like 10 bars or past 10 bars, and then I adjusted it and whatnot. The shot still ended up being very good. But, you know, I'm still going with the thinking that perhaps there was a tiny little bit of, you know, something, perhaps scale, that, you know, where the water comes through the needle valve, where you adjust the pressure or the flow, you know, they said tiny. It's a tiny orifice where the water pushes through and you can control with the needle valve. I have a feeling that some little tiny piece of scale or something got stuck there, and as soon as there was enough pressure behind it to push it through, then that's what happened, and then that's why the pressure spiked up like that. We only saw it on the one shot. After that, we pulled another shot. It didn't happen. It worked just fine, and I think it's gonna be a non-issue, but it's something also that we wanna keep an eye on. Another experiment that's been going on lately is with the whole tamping, you know, the really slightly, barely tamping, or maybe not even tamping at all. I don't know if you wanna call that tamping. It's just kind of leveling the grounds and not really pressing down. As we've seen so far, it looks like the amount of pressure you build is gonna be roughly the same. Maybe if you tamp harder or softer, there could be a small difference. I have a feeling there will be a small difference, but not a huge difference, okay? And the main thing is that you just keep it consistent. Now, where I have some suspicions is that if you tamp like very lightly like that, perhaps there could be some channeling happening. You know, I'm not sure. This is something we're keeping an eye on. So yeah, there's a few experiments going on. Now, another thing I want to report on is my diet. And, you know, I was doing so well. But you see this little box over here? We'll talk about that in today's brew session a little bit. And yeah, things were going very well, but then this happened. All right, guys, we are at Disney Springs, right in front of Gideon's. I don't know when I'm gonna use this clip, but we gotta talk about this because it's 10 a.m. We're on our way to the parks. We parked here because we're gonna take the buses into Hollywood Studios. But check this out. So Disney Springs, what a beautiful setting. I think I've shown this before in the videos, but I want to share this with you guys because, I mean, Gideon's is the best cookies in the world. I understand, but look at the line, and it's 10 a.m. They just opened, and look at this is unbelievable, man. Oh my God. I gotta include this clip in one of our videos and talk a little bit about this.
I've been on my spaceship counting stars since '94, waiting for someone to come and knock on my door, looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling like love always have to be this hard? It's got me feeling like looking for someone who can
All right, man. So happy to be here with you guys today. Man, I haven't recorded a video now, I think, for a couple of weeks. And, well, you know, I did record what you guys saw already, the calibration of the Duo. But besides that, I hadn't recorded for a couple of weeks because, again, it was a little unexpected trip out to Orlando. My wife treated me with a little visit to Hollywood Studios. We hadn't been there in many, many years. We've been to the parks. We go every year. We go to the parks. The last few times we've gone up there, we did not actually visit a park. We went for the resort hopping, where you just go from resort to resort. You experience the different restaurants and the different unique foods and you know, all the beauty of the resorts, which is really something that a lot of people don't experience, because if you come from far to Orlando, most likely you just want to visit the parks, and unless you're staying at a resort, you might not even see any of the resorts. And honestly, they each have something very unique and beautiful to offer. So the Disney resorts is definitely something that you guys should experience. But okay, besides that, we went to Hollywood Studios and some of the resorts. Of course, we went to Disney Springs, and this time I was able to get some Gideon cookies. And man, this place is just unbelievable. It's gone absolutely viral. I discovered it already years ago, before they even had the location at Disney Springs, because that's not the original location. The other location is still open. The little market is still there. And I have, I believe, one or maybe even two videos talking about Gideon's, I believe. If you want to see that, you know, let me know. Comment below. I don't want to get into all of that now and my review of the place and all that stuff. But today we'll have a little bit of these cookies. But here you see the box. They do a very good job with their branding and the packaging and all of that. It's just, they have this whole gothic kind of feel. This is the perfect like little getaway at Disney Springs to go during Halloween, because they go all out. That's their time of the year. They really do something very special. And wow, you know, I will say that these are the best cookies in the world. There's none better. Maybe there are some, and of course I haven't tried all the cookies in the world, so I'm sure you, man, why are you listening to me? I'm not a doctor, I'm not an engineer, I'm just some dude on the internet. All right, so don't listen to me. In my opinion, from the ones I've had, these are the best. There's none better. Now, some maybe get close, like Night Owl cookies here in Miami are awesome. I love Night Owl cookies, but Gideon's just, well, it's just an extra level of, well, they just do it right, man. I gotta say, they make some delicious cakes as well. But yeah, so, you know, my diet got a little derailed. No, you know, no big deal. I'll get back on it now. And, you know, in 2 weeks, yeah, they sent me back at least 2 weeks. It was crazy. But in 2 weeks, I'll be back to where I was. And then from there, I want to push for another couple weeks at least. And yeah, and then I'll be done. But, but yeah, Gideon's happened, man. Gideon's happened. All right, let's talk about coffee. Let me put this off to the side. All right, so I already explained as to everything that's going on here and what to expect from this video. So, you know, let's start thinking about grind size. Now, on the zero, with the light tamping, now maybe if I was tamping differently, maybe things would shift a little bit, and maybe instead of grinding like at 13 on the zero, I would have been maybe at 14. But it's not gonna be a huge difference, guys. All of the pressure that's being built and your timing and all of that is mainly controlled by the grind size. Just keep it consistent. If you tamp lightly like that, then just always do it like that. Now, one good thing about the light tamping, and we're gonna do that today again, is that I can use Passato. Passato becomes easy to use because I can hold it and feel the four, you know, corners and kind of like level it off like that. If not, I always end up, if I have to tamp hard, I always end up getting it wrong with Passato. But all right, so that's one good thing about the light tamping. We'll experiment some more with that. We'll keep an eye on it. Who knows, maybe it doesn't work. Again, why are you listening to me? All right, here we go. Oh, you know, pretty soon after this, I think I'm gonna make some Breville content. I'm gonna make a few Breville videos. I have some ideas, some things that are gonna be happening. So yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, join us. We would be happy to have you here with us. Okay, so Here's the packaging from Big Face. Wow, I'm noticing there's not a lot here. I hope I get something, at least by the second shot, that is worth drinking from the Duo. Again, although the Duo, it's even easier as far as like cleaning it, and I would even say even calibrating it, because you're only gonna have to do it once if you have to. So it's just easier to work with it. And if you switch out the burrs and all that, if you get both sets, it's so easy. So even easier than the Zero. But I just love the Zero. And it's to dial in espresso, it's easier on the Zero. There's no doubt about it. So, all right, but now that being said, so I'm thinking before I was having to grind somewhere between 5 notches and 5 notches below the kind of, you know, that was kind of like the range. From like 5 to like 5 below 0. So, which is not ideal. So now I'm thinking I might have to grind somewhere between 5 and 15 maybe? 5 and 15? Who knows? But again, this is gonna be the first shot. I rather with this coffee get something slow than something fast. So to begin with, I'm going to dial this in at 7.5, okay? So we're gonna go at 7.5 notches on the Duo for our first shot, and hopefully we get something decent. So let's dose out the 18 grams. Just let me make sure my focus is locked. Dose out our 18 grams. You know, like I always tell you guys, sometimes I make the video, I'm not so hyped up, but today I'm very excited to check out the Duo, see what's going on with that. Oh, and another thing, we might have some retention. Although I have had the situation where the Duo is spotless inside and gotten 0 retention, if you could believe that, on the very first grind. Well, we will try that, but it's likely that we will have some retention because, again, it's spotless. I just cleaned it up. All right, we're gonna go with 18.1. That's what we have in there. You know, as I mentioned on previously already, you know, I do plan on doing a back flush, a good back flush on my machine with detergent and everything. But again, I'm gonna wait until it's time to lubricate the handle, because if not, the detergent washes off the grease and you have to lubricate. So I'm just gonna wait till it's time to lubricate, then I'll back flush and do all the maintenance all at once, and should take me maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's not a big deal, but I will wait until it's time to lubricate it. And then I'm gonna do a back flush with detergent and everything, hopefully. You know, I don't think it has anything to do with that really, what happened, but all right, let's grind this. You guys know my little workflow. I put the bellows up there and then just tap it. So, all right, let's see what we get. Okay, so now I leave the switch on and lift the lid, give it a couple of taps, do it again. One more time, okay? And then we tap the spout and we check. Okay, so 18.1 is what we had. Okay, 17.6, we lost, what is it, 17.7 maybe? So we lost like a 0.4, like a half a gram. That's kind of normal when you clean a grinder. So what we are gonna do is drop in another couple beans. Just drop in this. Let's see, I got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 beans here. Let's see what that brings us to. So yeah, that's the workflow with the duo. I mean, you don't need to do all of that. It's what I like to do, but now we're over. We're at 18. I have a feeling we got everything out this now. Because we're like a whole, we were missing a 0.5 and now we have a 0.5 over. So let me take a little bit out. Let's do things right. Okay. Little tad more. All right, we're between 18 and 18.1, so we're gonna roll with that. All right, as usual, we're gonna start by fluffing this up. Although it seemed to be very powdery today, very nice. As it should, right? I don't know why I'm closing it, because we're probably gonna have to pull another shot, but hey, let's see what happens. I mean, let's not be so negative. Okay, this is dry. Okay, perfect. Wow, that smells good. Oh, this coffee's clean, very clean. As a matter of fact, maybe too clean for my liking. You guys know how I like naturals or some kind of little bit of processing or, you know, something going on, but this one's just very clean. Let me give you a better angle for the WDT. Okay, like this, bring you just a little bit closer. Now on this channel, we always check retention. We always do WDT. I just kind of like it. I like the process. You know, that's the thing, right? If it's something that brings joy to your coffee making and to your hobby and to your process, then do it. You know, like some people like the blind shaking and they like to do other kind of things, workflow. Then as long as it's bringing joy to what you're doing, then by all means. This is all about enjoying it and having a little bit of fun. And then if you happen to get a just delicious drink at the end, then hey, you know, that's the cherry on top. All right, so again, we're gonna experiment now. Again, with pasado, I can do a good job when I'm tamping like this, because I'm using my 4 fingers here to see if it's level, and I can do a lot better job. Now I'm almost not pressing it at all. I'm doing just kind of leveling everything off, little polish. Okay, no coffee comes up. Look at that. Looks beautiful. And I see my machine timed out. All right, let's get it going. All right, pasado. All right, we come in with the puck screen and I double check to see if it looks level. You know, not quite, not 100%, but we're gonna roll with it. Oh, let's flush it. I remembered. Let's run it a little bit. Again, that's mainly for heat exchange machines where it's kind of mandatory that you flush it. On a dual boiler, I don't think so, but you know, when I remember, like I always tell you guys, if I remember, I will do it. Yet, all the times I forgot to do it, I don't notice any difference with the shot, if it's better or worse or what. It's just doesn't, I don't think that matters. All right, let me lock it in. All right, I'll set up the cameras and we're gonna pull our first shot. You know, regardless of what happens here, we're gonna probably pull a second shot as well. So, yeah, I wanna get fully caffeinated. All right, I got all the cameras running. Let's get the Akaya up here. Now, this would be extremely lucky if I happen to pull a good shot here. From the very first try after calibrating the grinder, I have no idea if now it's gonna be way coarser or, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go with a nice shot glass from Not Neutral so you guys can really see or get a good a good view of the extraction. Okay, we got all the cameras running. Again, with this coffee, I would like to do like a 20 to 25 second pre-infusion and 20 to 25 seconds at 9 bar. So total time, somewhere between 40 and 50 seconds on the shot, and maybe even longer, but at least that. So let's see. At 9 seconds, we should see the pressure coming in. So right about now, and here it comes. Oh, this is way too coarse. This is way too coarse. Okay, I stopped it at 40 grams, 16 seconds from first drip, 24 seconds overall. This is gonna be an acid bomb, I already know it, but you know, let's taste it. So wow, we're gonna have to go way finer than that. Again, the shots on the, you know, with these lighter roasted coffees like this, you know, they're just not gonna look very pretty. All right, let me stop one of the cameras. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Wow, the flavor's great. Man, very fruity. You know, I don't think I'm gonna throw it out, but the acidity is too high for me. The acidity is high, but the flavor is great. Wow. Yeah, I'm not throwing that out. That is delicious. Just high acidity, especially with milk. I would not like this with milk. Too much acidity, but as a straight espresso, I would say, you know, it's give it like a 7, you know, better than a lot of other things. But yeah, maybe not, maybe a 6, somewhere in the middle, maybe a 6. Wow, maybe a 7. You know, I'm gonna go back up to 7. This just the flavor profile, man. Okay, I'm going with tangerine. Is this the one that had tangerine? Like a sweet orange flavor? Let's see, let's take a look. Can you guys see that there? Oh, okay, let me move the handle so you guys could see what's happening here. Get this out of the way. Okay, now you could see it. Okay, so the tasting notes, chocolate, plum, which I've never gotten chocolate from this coffee. I have no idea how they got that. I mean, I have no clue. Plum, I don't know. Yes, there is fruitiness. Would I call it plum? No, no. But here's the thing, blood orange. This is, to me, this coffee is citrusy. It's got a lot of, and juicy and balanced. That's what you know, that's when I first reviewed it, that's what I said. I'm definitely on board with the blood orange, juicy and balanced, but chocolate and plum, no. So, but wow, this ended up being a great shot and so fast, like I was not expecting that. I'm surprised. The more it cools, the better it is. Okay, I'm going to put it into my cortado cup. I'm gonna add some water on this and let's try it as an Americano, which also worked very well for this coffee. Yeah, definitely just the espresso machine extracts it better. Doing pour overs, maybe you guys are a lot better at pour over than me, and then you could do a better job. But as pour overs, just never seem to get, the best I was able to do was with the AeroPress, because I just let it steep for like 5 minutes. I ground very fine and then pushed it through, and it was the best result that I've gotten. Man, that's the problem with this thing. The water comes out so hot. Let's get a little bit of water in here. Okay, that should be enough. I don't want to dilute it too much because it wasn't the, you know, the full 40 ounces in there anymore. Well, I said 40 grams. Okay, I'm gonna let it cool a little bit and let me clean things up and set up for our next shot, and then we'll talk about this. I'll let it cool down a little bit. All right, let's give it a taste. You know, as an Americano, it's even better because you guys know that on filter coffee, I really, really need that acidity. Not need, I shouldn't say need, but I really appreciate it. In espresso, it's not necessarily mandatory, but as a straight espresso, I definitely do look forward to some level of acidity. And as the coffee is more and more watered down, then I really appreciate having the acidity. So. I gotta say, that's delicious. I'm so surprised. I thought it was gonna be a total acid bomb and undrinkable. No, it's very nice. Again, the juicy and balanced. You know, I'm gonna agree with that. It's very sweet still, and definitely is that citrusness, the blood orange, absolutely. So, all right, we're between 17.9 and 18. Let's grind. I went down to 4, and we were at 7.5. So I went down by 3.5 notches. That should make somewhere around, I don't know, like maybe as much as 15-second difference. So maybe now I'll be in the range that I want it to be in. We'll see, we'll see. All right, let's see. Okay, 17.5. So we had pretty much the same level of retention we had last time. So, wowzers. Okay, let's take a few more beans. There's not a lot of coffee left. I think I can pull one more shot, maybe even 2 more shots, maybe. But again, take 3 or 4 beans. All right, let's see where we're at. 18.2. Okay, I'm gonna roll with that. That is good enough. Usually a 0.1, 0.2, you know, I don't worry about it. That's close enough. Fluff it up. Although I gotta say, the grounds are extremely fluffy looking. Okay, everything's up to temperature. I wonder if I'm ever gonna get a temping station. You know, I thought, man, I wanted Jay to build something unique, kind of branded with the whole Spro, and so I can advertise his channel, you know. And I thought we would have something unique, handmade from him. But I don't know, I think he gave up on the whole thing. I don't want to keep bothering him about that. Okay, here we go. Let's do some WDT again. Oh, by the way, on the last shot, I don't think we had any kind of channeling at all. There's no signs of any kind of channeling on the counter or anywhere else. So I have a feeling we pulled a really nice clean shot, and the result was extremely good tasting, although the timing was nowhere near where I wanted to be. Okay, I just have a little bit of that left. But yeah, that turned out delicious. Surprised? I'm gonna do the same method of tamping, the same tamper, pretty much the same process. You know, I think the last one was not very level. I thought it was, but it wasn't. When I looked at the puck screen, it didn't seem to be. All right. Doesn't matter, the result was spectacular, so who cares? Plus no channeling, nothing. So let's drop the puck screen. Yeah, I think this one's more level. This one's better. Lock it in. Yeah, I ran it. I did run it. I'm gonna finish this and set up the cameras and pull our next shot. Sad to see you go, buddy. This was, I'm really surprised how good this was. All right, we are locked and loaded and ready to pull our second shot. Let's see. I have the cup, the shot glass full with hot water. Let me dump that. Now, because of the distance between the portafilter and the shot glass, there's always some splashing happening. But again, I want you guys to get a good angle from the bottom and be able to see the shot pulling so you could see the extraction, and that's kind of unavoidable. Because if I wasn't filming, I would just put something under the scale or something to bring it closer, or use a different shot glass, or you know, something like that. But all right, let's see what happens this time. Again, we're going for like 50 seconds total time. Here comes the pressure, right on time. Okay, we're gonna level it off right around 2.5 bar. We're starting to get some drips. This is looking ideal. Again, at 25 seconds, I'm gonna ramp up. We only have about 1 gram. This is perfect so far. This is a perfect, picture perfect Slayer shot so far. I did not overshoot the 9 bar. Okay, right there. Now we look for our 45 grams out. Total shot time, maybe 50 seconds. But it's starting to look like we're definitely gonna go over 50 seconds. Because we're already at 50 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. If it starts to, the puck degrades a little bit, that'll be okay. Again, we're looking for 45 grams out, 18 in, 45 out. A 1 to 2.5 ratio. Okay, I almost nailed that. Oh, well, it settled at 45, so I'm gonna take that. Okay, I nailed it. 53 seconds from first drip, 67 overall. Now, I would have liked to have been about maybe 10 seconds faster, 10 seconds faster, maybe even 15 seconds faster. So this shot now is too slow. So I'm gonna have to grind a little bit coarser. So being that we are at grind size, I believe we're at 4, maybe we'll try like 5 or 6, something like that the next time. But let's taste it. Let's see. Let me stop one of the cameras. Okay, again, I don't see any signs of channeling whatsoever. There is some little bit of splashing happening, but like I said, that's kind of unavoidable with this kind of setup, so that you guys could see well. And again, these light roast coffees they don't look beautiful in the cup. There's not a lot of crema. You could see the color is kind of reddish instead of like really dark. All right, let's taste it. Cheers. Okay, as a straight espresso, I kind of like this one better. As an Americano, I have a feeling the first one was better, okay? So it depends what you want to do with it. Neither one is spot on. This one is a tiny little over-extracted, but the balance between the sweetness and the acidity is better. It's, for straight espresso, I like it a little bit better. But what can I say? But the little bit of bitterness is starting to creep in the background, where I could see this shot needing to be about 10 seconds faster. And you know, then we would be right where I want to be, and I think it would be that perfect shot. But yeah, as a straight espresso, this one is better like this. Yeah, nice, fruity, citrusy, juicy, and balanced, just like it's been as espresso. Lovely. You know, do I want to make this one into a cortado? That is the question. I think we will, because I had the other one just straight, and then the last little bit turned it into a cortado. So let's just have the best of all the different worlds here, and let's turn this one into a cortado. So let's see, let's put it over to the cortado cup, like so. All right, let me set things up, and then we're gonna steam some milk and put a cortado together.
Waking up in my bed, you're still stuck in my head. I'm not even hungover. I wanna call your phone, tell you what you did wrong, then ask you to come over. Not very good with decisions, know what's right, but I don't listen. I don't. And I complain and dismiss it, then I keep on reminiscing. I know, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad for business, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad for business, baby you're bad for business. Not good with consequence. I found myself back again, crying on your shoulder. No, it's not good for me, but I still want your body. So dumb, but it's not over. Not very good with decisions, know what's right, but I don't listen. I don't. And I complain and dismiss it, then I keep on reminiscing. I know, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad for business, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad for business, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad, baby you're bad for business, baby you're bad.
All right, so okay, you know, I was trying to push one heart inside the other, and you can see the separation where it's, you know, the idea is there. I just did a very poor execution, and I ended up with this, whatever this is. Anyway, you know what? What matters is the flavor, guys. The latte art, you know, we'll keep playing with it. You know, it's not totally horrible. I mean, I'll take it. Let's give it a taste. Okay, let's give it a taste. That's the main thing. Wow, delicious. And why wouldn't it be? You know, the more I have cortados, the more I'm kind of enjoying this. I like, you know, although my favorite drink was always the cappuccino. I don't even get it, but I've really been into the cortados ever since I had these little glasses. And, you know, I do appreciate having more coffee flavors. So definitely is great. All right, you know what? Let's, I said we would take a look at the cookies. Should we do that? Yeah, let me show you guys what's left of the cookies, because there's not a lot left, but, and then we'll cut off a little piece, and I don't know, we'll see what we do. We never do this here, so, but today we're gonna try it. Let's try it. All right, so yeah, this is a first on the channel. We don't usually have any food with our drinks, but all right, let me give this one more taste. You know, the level of acidity, the way I brewed it, is working just perfect for the milk, where you're just getting a touch of it, but not like the first shot would have been too much acidity for this for sure. But as a straight espresso, you know, the first one was pretty good. I don't, you know, a lot of you would have liked the first one better. I just gotta say. Anyway, let me get I'm gonna need a knife. Let me, let me show you guys, but I'm not gonna eat the rest of all the rest of this. Okay, like right here. Okay, right here. So we have 3 cookies from Gideon's. These are 3 of their classics. They always have these. As far as I know, they always have them. And here you see the inside of the box. Again, they do great with the branding and everything. I think you guys could see that there. And these little cards, you know, I'm not sure what the meaning of the little cards are, but they're different little characters that they have. When you visit the store, there's these little pictures of these little characters on the walls, and there's a little bit of a story inside, you know. Again, they do a really good job with the branding. I'm not gonna get into all the little details as to Gideon's because, again, I've already done a couple videos. If you wanna see them, just comment below and I'll give you the link. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna need a napkin, and then we're gonna open these and show you guys what we have. So let's see which one this one is. Okay, let's see. All right, so I had a feeling I was gonna pick the very first one was gonna be the one that I don't remember the name. Okay, this one, I don't remember the name. I'll try to look it up, and if I find it easily, I'll put it here for you guys. But it's got chocolate chips, pistachios, and I think pralines. And the name has something to do with that, in regards to that. But you could see this is maybe, I would say it's a little bit less than a quarter of a cookie, less than a quarter. These cookies are half a pound each when you get them. So 3 cookies, that's 1.5 pounds of cookie. So, you know, you take them home and you have it little by little. I don't think a lot of you are gonna eat 1.5 pounds of cookies in one sitting. I think I could, but I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Okay, so we're gonna have a little piece of this one. Okay, and I'll save this for later. Again, I gotta get back on my diet, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for the cookies to end. All right, so let's taste this one. This is the one with the chocolate chips, the pralines, and the pistachios. Yeah, I cannot imagine a better cookie. Maybe about the same, maybe, but not better. Okay, you know, I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looked like when it was the whole cookie. So I'll put this here for you guys here on the screen here for you. All right, let me have some more on my coffee. Man, what a combination. Yeah, just insanely delicious. Okay, you know, if this was alive, like, how would this work? Like, you guys will have to wait till I chew and swallow the cookie. Like, you know, it took me a good like 30 seconds. I don't want to have just dead, you know, silence for 30 seconds. Definitely don't do this on a live. No, it's a no-go. Okay, coffee, yes. Cookies, no. Takes way too long. I'll show them to you, but I can't. I'll have to edit this in some way that makes sense, so you're not just sitting there listening to music. At least you're listening to music. Goodness. All right. We have another little bit of coffee. Oh, it just balances the sweetness with the coffee. Oh, just great. It's beautiful. All right, let's get into the next one. What do we have? Okay, I unwrapped again the wrong one. This is not gonna be the next one. We'll leave this one for last. That's their classic chocolate chip up here. But this is the peanut butter. That's gonna be the next one. Here it is. Now I'll show you what that looks like when it's the whole cookie. So you could see it. I'll put it here on the screen for you guys. But okay, so this is the peanut butter. This one has a little bit more saltiness, but just, oh my God, it's just, this thing is so delicious. Even if you don't, okay, my wife is not a big fan of cookies or peanut butter. She never eats peanut butter. But even she had to admit that this was delicious. I mean, wow, okay. If you guys ever happen to visit Gideon's and you're at Disney Springs, first of all, if you're at Disney Springs, the reason to go is perhaps Gideon's. I mean, that's the main goal. I've had a bunch of the restaurants there. Nothing I enjoy like the Gideon's experience, okay? Oh, you know, something I don't think I mentioned, but I want to mention is that at Hollywood Studios, you know, the rides was not like my favorite thing that we did. Although Rise of the Resistance was pretty awesome, but you know, the visit to the cantina and you know, this whole, you know, we went because I wanted to see the whole Star Wars thing. And we did the 3 rides that are in the area. And the whole area that they set up, it is beautiful. And you have to see it in daytime and nighttime. Because at nighttime, it's a different experience and the vibe is different. And it's just wonderful. They did a great job with the look of it and everything. It's just fantastic. Now the cantina, the experience at the cantina was really, really awesome. The look of it, the feel of it, the vibe, the music that we're playing, the service, and the drinks. I was so impressed with the drinks. They were excellent. Just, they tasted really, really good. I had one that was based around Maker's Mark bourbon. And I guess like a different take on an old fashioned, but way different, okay? You would not confuse an old fashioned and this, but that's the idea, I think. Just wonderful, wonderful. And my wife's drink, they're both drinks, strong and delicious. They do a great job. So the cantina, definitely check out the cantina at Hollywood Studios if you're there, okay? Now, Disney Springs, you gotta go to Gideon's. All right, let's get a little piece of this one. This gotta get smaller because the other piece was a little bit too big. Okay, something like this. Okay, what is that, like 1/10 of the, it can't even be 1/10 of the cookie. I don't know what this is, but all right, let's taste this one. Yeah, oh my goodness, this is so good. The cookie dough is just spectacular, spectacular. And the fact that it's encrusted with these tiny little peanut butter kisses, oh my goodness, it has a little bit of nuts too. Also, Gideon's puts a little bit of granulated salt over the top, and then you get a little bit of the salt and sweet, and like, oh my goodness, this is just mind-blowing. This is so good. Okay, a little bit more coffee. The heart made it all the way to the bottom. It kind of, I don't know, but the latte art looks a little bit better now than it did in the beginning. Well, that's the end of that. Sad to see you go, buddy. All right, let's get into the classic chocolate chip. Now this one to me is like the most amazing looking one. I'll put a picture here of what this looks when it's the whole cookie. Let's cut off a little chunk of this one and get into the last one here. Okay, so again, just a little bit. Well, I still have so much left over. You know, if you guys were here with me, man, we would easily finish this, but all right, let's get into it. Wow. It's just hard to say which one's the best of the three. You just got to get all three. These are 3 classics that they always have them. I always get all 3 when I'm there. Now, the cakes, depending what they have, wow, they're fantastic. I remember on the video that I recorded previously, they had a peanut butter and jelly cake that was mind-blowing. But again, it's on that review of that particular video, so I'm not gonna get into all that, but they give you a nice huge slice, and the cake was also, I mean, Gideon's is just crazy, man. It's so good. This place has gone absolutely viral. There is a line out the door. I mean, you guys saw that already. I put it in the little cinematic, but there's a line out the door at all times at Gideon's. I never gone by and that huge line is not outside. As a matter of fact, sometimes they have so many people that they build a queue. So when you get to Disney Springs, go right to Gideon's and ask if there's a queue. If there's a queue, get on it, because they're gonna send you a text when you could come and get in the line, because you can't even, you might have to wait an hour to even get on the line. And then it's about another 30 minutes once you're on the line. So if the line ever gets longer than like a 30-minute wait, they start the queue, and then, they tell you to just go walk around. They'll send you a text, and you might have to, I have walked around for an hour and then got the text and then waited another 30 minutes and then got my cookies. So, it's crazy. This place has gone absolutely viral. Okay, the last little piece, sad to see you go. All right, man, so Gideon's Bakehouse, absolutely delicious. This has been kind of like a weird experience for us here on the channel. We don't usually do this, but this video has gone already like crazy long. We pulled 2 shots, they were both really good. The first one, as an Americano, was spectacular. As a straight shot, I have a feeling a lot of you guys would have liked that one better than this one. So for milk, definitely for me, there's no doubt about it, this was better for milk. As a straight espresso, hard to say. They did taste quite different. Even the tasting notes that I was getting, they would have been quite different. But yeah, you still get that citrusness that this coffee has all the time, even when you make it as pour over. Man, I'm almost out of it. The last time I'm in the area, the next time that I'm in the area, I'm gonna visit again the coffee shop at Big Face and get the other box that they had, which is the pour over that I ordered when I visited. And I kind of like that coffee better. I can't wait to try it and bring it home. So this kind of wraps things up for today. Thank you guys for spending the time with me. I really appreciate you guys, my little coffee family here on YouTube. Again, the interaction below in the comments is the reason why I make these videos. I answer everyone. I've mentioned, I believe I already mentioned previously that we've been having a problem with the comments. For example, Carrie's comments are not visible in my end. I'm not getting them. So I don't understand. If you guys ever leave me a comment and you don't see me answer in some sort of way, it could be a short answer, but you'll get some kind of answer in some sort of way, then reach out on Instagram. Okay, my Instagram pops up at the end of every single video. Reach out on Instagram and make me aware or something, because maybe your comments are not coming through either. As of me recording this video, I haven't had a chance to look into that. I want to look into the analytics, because last time, Jay got me into this whole thing of the analytics, and like he made a video in regards to the analytics, and then I gotta check that out. And then I looked into that. But in the analytics, I can see videos, I can see questions that I never responded to. And if I did not respond to them, it's because I never saw them. Sometimes I don't get alerted that there's a new comment in one of the videos. So obviously, if I don't get alerted, I'm not gonna know. So yeah, I gotta get into the analytics, see if maybe there's something going on with Carrie's comments. I do apologize for that. Carrie is my #1 fan. I can't, why is this happening? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for having a little bit of fun with me here. Hopefully you got a laugh or two. Oh, before I go, one last thing. I know the only people that are gonna hear this is the folks that watch all the videos and hung out to the end. So, but I started making these videos ever since Jesse said, hey, I like this kind of long content. And I thought, well, I'm gonna make the brew session anyway, so maybe I should just record some of these and then make these videos. And then, the whole thing started. I saw people enjoying it and leaving me comments and the back and forth. And then, because of the engagement that was happening, I just kept making them. And I don't mind recording these. Editing is the part that is a little bit annoying and kind of kind of a long process, but what are you gonna do? Pretty soon, maybe we'll start doing lives and then I won't have to edit them. But, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy recording lives. So we'll see once we get there. For now, the thing that I did wanna mention is that, at one time I went through like a really rough situation, something, I don't wanna even talk about it, but, I kind of maybe was gonna like stop making videos. It had nothing to do with the videos, okay? It had nothing to do with the videos, just something, something. But then I gave it some thought and I'm like, it's my little hobby. I really enjoy it. I like getting to know some of the folks that on YouTube, and we're building the little family, and it's kind of cool. And this happened, like 3 years ago. This happened before I got really into the coffee videos, okay? Okay, so the thing is that, I really thought about it, and after like not recording for like 2 or 3 months, I thought, you know what? The fact that I have a few YouTubers that I follow their videos, and it's just something simple. I like these coffee videos and listening to people like Hoon and Jay. It's just simple, man. They're not trying to save the world. It's just hanging out a little bit. You have somebody there with you in the background, keeping you company, and talking about something that is not too involved or heavy, or, it's just fun and just, making coffee, okay? It's not we're not saving the world here. So, but the fact that I had the company and somebody there and talking about something that I enjoyed as well, it really helped me get through this situation. And we all have tough times. We all run into losing someone special in our life and just turning your world upside down. And, but I pushed forward and I said, you know what, maybe the fact that I'm making these videos, maybe it helps someone. Someone out there finds something that, I don't know, they find some peace of mind and some tranquility, at least if it's for an hour or so that we hang out, and, and it helps them. And, that was my main reason for kind of like continue making the videos. And I was never expecting for somebody to reach out and tell me something like that, but it has happened. And I told the person, like this is, maybe the most meaningful, the most meaningful message that I've ever gotten in my whole thing here on YouTube. And the fact that I was able to help someone, and they found that it would mean something to me if they let me know, hey, I appreciate this because it has helped me out. And that's all I wanted. That's all that I ever wanted. I never thought I would actually get validation as to that, me making that kind of a difference for someone. But now that it has happened, I am so thankful that they reached out. I always tell you guys that the fact that you leave me comments means the world to me. If it wasn't for that, I would still make videos because I really enjoy it. Definitely not one a week. Definitely not. And definitely not this whole thing that we have on coffee. And this channel moving forward is going to be a coffee channel. That's all it's going to be. If I ever want to make other kinds of videos, I'll start another channel. But this one will always be coffee, and I'll give you a Sunday video as long as I can, and as long as I am motivated to continue doing this, and I'm able to, okay? Because life just throws curves at you, okay? So, but as long as I can, I'll hope here to keep you company. The fact that this person reached out and let me know this was a very special thing to me. They'll never imagine how much it meant. But the fact that I was able to make a difference, it's all I ever wanted. So thank you. Thank you guys for being here with me. It really means a whole bunch. And I know this clip now, you've been staring at this Gideon's Bakehouse for an hour here, but it's something I wanted to say. I know that a lot of people clicked off way before this whole this whole part, but hopefully the person that left me that comment at least made it to this point, and now they know how much it meant to me. And I let them know in the comments, but it's not the same like hearing it, that it did impact me in a way. And I'm glad that I was able to impact someone's life in a positive way like that, even if it's just through chit-chatting, making coffee, and having some cookies. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys for being here with me and for allowing me to keep you company. For this video is gonna be quite long now, especially after this whole chat that we've had here now. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Sunday.